Hi, I'm Brie.
And I'm Nicole.
And we're the Bella Twins from Total Bellas.
And
we're pregnant! Who would have thought?
Whether they're on reality TV or in the ring, identical twins Nikki and Brie Bella make the ultimate tag team.
Oh, man. Wow. See, there's a maneuver that, I mean, it takes a team of twins to perform something like that.
In 2019, the Bella twins retired from pro wrestling, but they're still living life in lockstep. And they surprised even themselves when they discovered they were both pregnant.
so I never thought ever that we would even be raising kids within a few years apart together. Let alone when she found out her due date and I found out mine, and I'm like, we're a week and a half apart? I mean, then I was like, this is weird.
You know, someone told us today, they're like, wow, you guys are only a week and a half apart. It's like you guys are having twins. It's just the twins decide to grow in different wombs. And I was like, whoa.
The first Bella to get the baby news was Brie, who married fellow pro wrestler Daniel Bryan in 2014.
Brian, you may kiss your bride.
So I was the first. So when we were all in France, I felt a little off. And I remember when I was flying there, the smells, and my mom looked at me and was like, are you pregnant? And I'm like, I don't think there's a possibility, but maybe. And then our birthday was November 21st, and I was actually supposed, TMI, but I was supposed to get my period then. And I didn't.
We're talking babies, it's okay.
Yeah. And then like days went by, and then I get home, and literally my husband's like, are you late? And I'm like, I am late. And so we took a test before Thanksgiving. It was probably 2 days before Thanksgiving. And when I saw the positive sign, I was like, oh, I'm like, I am pregnant.
This will be the second baby for Brie after welcoming daughter Birdie in 2017.
When I came over to her house and she told me that she was pregnant, I was in such shock because Brie for so long was like, I don't want baby number 2. So when she told me she was pregnant, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I could tell she couldn't believe it. And then it was crazy because 2 days later, I kept getting this like feeling that I need to take a pregnancy test, but I wasn't even late yet. And so I'm like, why do I keep having this feeling? Am I getting twin vibes from her because she just told me she's pregnant?
At the time, Nikki was less than a month into her engagement with Artem Chigvintsev, her partner from season 25 of Dancing with the Stars.
So I end up taking a pregnancy test, and I didn't tell Artem at this point. I just wanted to do this by myself. When I came back in and it said pregnant, I had to sit down for a second. I was like, no effing way, is what I said, like out loud and to myself. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was in shock. Like it took even me a good week to come to terms with like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. I'm not ready for it. My sister was right because our little debates would always be like, well, I'm gonna wait till I'm ready for it. Bree's like, you're never ready for it. So then now I had to come to terms where I'm like, I'm not ready for it. Like, this is crazy. She was right. Oh, I hate when Bree's right. Overall, I'm getting good advice. I haven't had to read a book. Any questions I have, I just ask her. Brie gives me really good advice on like what to do.
And I'm very much like, I'm not a know-it-all. Every mother does it differently. So I'm like, this worked for me, other people, this worked for them.
She literally DMs me birthing photos or women in labor and thinks it's hilarious, and it's so messed up. I get so many vagina pics of babies' heads coming out from this one that I don't even check my DMs anymore because she likes to scar me. I'm like so scared to go into labor because of her.
You're gonna get an epidural, you won't feel
It doesn't matter, now I know what's gonna happen
Do it like
because
how
of
I
you.
did it, and then you could feel 10 hours of pain.
No, I'll never do natural.
I went natural for
She
10
tried.
hours, then had to get an epidural, and then I was in labor another 12 hours and had an emergency C-section. And I pushed 3 hours. So that's why I feel like I'm obligated to send her crazy
How messed up is
birthday
that?
pics.
For the Bella twins, it's been a wild few months full of surprises, starting with Nikki's engagement back in November 2019.
We were filming Bella's. So they had rented a gorgeous castle in French wine country for us to celebrate our birthdays, and having Artem's family there, my family there. And we were all just hanging out. And then Artem asked me to go on a tour, and he was so nervous. And I'm like, why is he so nervous? My heart was like beating because I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna propose to me. And then these curtains open, and there was this orchestra, mini orchestra, playing our song, Candles and Roses. He starts to walk and talk, and I'm like, he's gonna do it, and he did. And it's so cute because I only remember the first sentence of his talk with me, which was the cutest because it was like, ever since you came into my life, you've turned it upside down. And I was like, whoa, I don't know if that's a good thing, but you know when you just lose words? Poor guy.
As surprising as that proposal was, the real shock was Nikki's positive pregnancy test.
So I went over to Brie and I handed her the pregnancy test. And tell him your reaction.
I said, oh my gosh, this is a nightmare. Nightmare, I think I used nightmare. Nightmare, right?
Yeah, I feel like there was a cuss word, but you
There
said no.
wasn't.
Whatever. In my head,
Don't
because she said nightmare, I
exaggerate.
felt it. And then she legit didn't really talk to me for a week.
Okay, well, if you'd like to tell them the why, you can say
Well, I mean,
that
she
too.
talked to me for a week-ish, but I went back
I
to
had
Artem.
to digest.
We both had to digest. It took us both a good week. We both were shocked. Artem was immediately so happy and like, it was really cute. Like scared, but like, I can't believe this. Because it's not like we were trying or it was like, hey, we're married, let's have a baby. That wasn't it at all. I didn't think I could get pregnant, that I'd have to have help. So I was in the process of going to freeze my eggs. 2 fun nights, wow, that got me.
Her and Artem had just got engaged, and she was shocked by the engagement. She was shocked he proposed, and I just think everything did feel fast for her. And you know, I'm her twin, like she talks to me about a lot. So when you have a conversation like that with your sister, having some wine, you get deep. The next day when she comes and tells you she's pregnant, I just don't think, I almost thought like it was a joke. And then I think really quickly I was like, wait a second, what we talked about yesterday, now wait, what? And then wait, twins being pregnant at the same time, people are gonna think that's a joke. We both are shocked, but people are gonna think we planned it, but you can't really plan pregnancy. Like it was just like too much. And think, I was also like pregnant and my hormonal, like the beginning part, the hormones were going crazy. So I think that's why that came out.
The good thing is like, I want this marriage to just actually be what I've always dreamed of. Like the wedding, the vows, like truly what it represents, like wanting to spend the rest of my life with someone.
And I think too, that you don't have to do things fast.
And I don't have to do things fast. We're in no rush, especially now with the baby. I was like, I don't want to just go quickly get married because we're having a baby. Like, let's just focus on the baby and then we could do marriage stuff after that. See if I still like you after labor. Just kidding.
You won't. It'll take a little bit.
In the meantime, Artem's been getting plenty of practice with Birdie, Nikki's nearly 2-year-old niece.
Birdie just fell in love with him. I mean, she
did.
loves her A. She gets happier to see Artem than me.
She does.
It's crazy. It is a
Such a
really
good
good thing. I mean, when I see them together, it's like what makes me know like Artem will be such an amazing dad.
Yeah, and Birdie's a good judge of character.
Very good judge of character.
And soon, Birdie will also be a big sister, which was something Brie had just about given up on.
So Brian and I were trying, it was like 7 or 8 months. And then probably at the beginning of the summer of 2019, I kind of just was like, you know what, Brian, we can't get pregnant. I think we're just meant to have one child. And I honestly felt it was the stress of my career and being all over the place. My husband, you know, wrestling still for WWE and just having that schedule and be gone every week. I just kind of felt like it was a sign from God, just being like, you guys are good with one. So I felt that in my heart. And so we just stopped trying. And then it kind of came back to us after this trip. We went to Sedona and we thought maybe like, should we not? But we weren't positive. And it's kind of like Nicole says, you get into moments. But I was completely shocked because I just didn't think, you know, with Birdie, it took a little bit too. It doesn't happen for me quick. And so this was a little weird. This was crazy.
As the Bellas count down to their due dates, they're looking ahead to the future, which includes expanding their wine company, Bella Radici, and soaking up every family moment.
We have so much opportunity, and I'm just taking every single opportunity I can because I never thought I'd get these opportunities. But I hope in 10 years, it's kind of like I can almost look back a little bit and just kind of be like, that was really cool, the stuff I did in my vineyard in Napa Valley with wine.
I was gonna say.
And raising my
that's the 10-year
family, and so I just slowing down a bit, enjoying the family more and my vino.
Yeah, I mean, definitely in 10 years, I, envision that Brie and I's empire is still growing, but it's making amazing changes in this world that we truly want to see, and that my family is together, appreciating everything that we've done in life, and knowing that we still are going to create change and truly have a purpose in this life. So we work on that every day, knowing that we're gonna raise these cute little babies and bird to help make those changes continue as we sip our wine on our porches.
That's right.